And just on that, I mean, we do have a couple of questions which are mostly around what you want to hear from customers. And the first one is, what do you find most helpful during earning calls? And the second one is, what topics do you want to hear more of on investor days? So maybe if we can tackle those both, just for the interest of time, tackle those both at the same time. Maybe to stay with you, Erin, what do you want to hear about?
Yeah, conference calls, I definitely think you should have a scripted part at the beginning that gets your message out, talks about what you think is important, and ties everything back to the long term, ties everything back to the strategy. I think it's a mistake when sometimes management teams just say a couple sentences and say, oh yeah, you read our press release, so let's just jump into Q&A. Because then you're really letting the sell side take over the call, and the whole call is then driven by the sell side and whatever short-term questions they have. So I would have a long preamble, make sure it's rehearsed and make sure it's thought through, and everything's always tying back into the strategy and the reason for this company to exist. And likewise, I would have concluding remarks at the end of the call. So just taking things back from the sell side a little bit, making sure you control. And then at IR Day, I did one yesterday. It was 3 hours entirely on sustainability. I think that's a mistake. I mean, sustainability is super important, and this company is a polluter and in an industry that is a big polluter. But there's so much that we want to know about, management turnover, challenges that are ongoing in different geographies. What are the competitors doing? What are the competitive responses? What's going on with pricing, supply chain, blah, 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 blah. I can go on forever. So wasting 3 hours on sustainability, I was disappointed. Making sure that you're touching on as many topics as possible. For me, that's valuable.